the dead of night, on that broken road, I won't let you walk alone. Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline. Oh, we got each other, and if you got tomorrow, then you still got time to break these chains that left you scarred. From where you came isn't who you are. Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline. The storm keeps on raging, but don't you forget, God's not done with you yet. When it feels like you're losing the war in your head, just know this isn't the end. Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline. Oh, we got each other, and if you got tomorrow, then you still got time. You still got to break these chains that left you scarred. From where you came isn't who you are. Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline. I've been gone for a little too long. I've been waiting on a drummer to kick off a comeback song. I've been waiting in the wings like a dog on a chain. I can feel this fire building up a little while, and when chicken wire, sure enough, it's live, and try to stop it, but I can't. It's calling my name. 'Cause I'm back in the saddle like some old cowboy who dug his way out of his grave.
From the home of the 12s, they raised the banner just a moment ago. We are set for football at Lumen Field here a mile south of downtown Seattle. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Samuel in motion. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. On this one, may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. On the counter, it's Smith. And not much room to speak of. They'll get about 3 up to the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
The 20, 5, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC.
The score, Chiefs 7, Seahawks 0. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd
This defense for the Chiefs, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Let's go, Petty.
They're going right back to Walker. And the defense closes quickly there. We'll get maybe a yard to the 33. The Seahawks at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll drop the throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
At the 37-yard line.
But somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
Yo, hey, 57, 57.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Here's 2nd and 10. A first carry for Rashad White. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Third and 3.
Yellow. I've got blue. Yellow, yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Okay, break. 19 tight. Not ready.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Horton. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
Cut 19. Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
They'll set up a throw. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5.
Dragon 60.
Looking to throw. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
A gain of 18 on the play. And a first down, Chiefs.
Yellow.
A first down carry for Smith. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Yellow. Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors. Right side.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. That's Samuel, caught left side. So the completion good for just 3. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So from the 37, here's second down and 8.
Yellow. Hey, 57. Empty. Yellow.
Mahomes now to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Brings up third and inches.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here comes third and the length of the football. Debo going in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Hero 15. Yellow.
Mahomes going to throw. Now a run here off the RP. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Don't need it all back at figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the third round. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Now he's going to step up. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now here's Mahomes. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Here's Mahomes to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
At the 11-yard line.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
70 Lions. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. throw now on the final play. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I think the message was too drastic, I think, in the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're going to try and throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
It's 2nd and 21 at the 23-yard line.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Horton. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pull it in. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Come on, come on.
From the gun, it's Walker. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready, Lions. Ready, right?
Back to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks are able to widen their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Chiefs 10. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2nd down in a yard.
Yellow. 15.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far. Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yellow.
And again, it's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
14 more yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
First down, here's White. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Yellow.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 6 now.
Hey, 43. Yellow. Hey, Ripley. Right side.
They'll set up the throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Now Patrick going to change the play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Second and 5. Wide open receiver complete. He may go. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Seahawks look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield. Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That is caught by Rice for a Chiefs touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Butker on for the PAT. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Seahawks 28, Chiefs 17. Harrison Butker in a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Able to slither by. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Ready?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Ready? Gravity Lions.
Now they'll change things up.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready?
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 31 yards. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Mahomes will throw for it, but he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a first and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Let's go.
I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up second and 13. That one looks like he'll throw here. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready, 18, Pioneer, 70 Lions. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ready.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Ready.
Back to throw again. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but he falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. This is 1st and 10. Mahomes. It's grabbed over the middle by White. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away, but you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
Mahomes will throw. Gets the check down throw to White.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
The Seahawks
This one to Kelsey. That's complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for two to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Now Mahomes. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Harrison Butker in a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up first and 10 here.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Back to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here comes second down.
60, Mustang 79 Broncos. Buffalo.
Back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Hey, 43. I don't need to. I don't need to. Yellow.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
At the 42-yard line.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Opting to run again here with White. And he will have the Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
And a Kansas City Chiefs.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter, both offense and